Man, so how y'all doing? First off, first and foremost, glad you're looking at another one of these videos. This is video number 3, I believe. Today we're gonna be talking about Big Brother, George Orwell's book 1984, the drones and the things that's going on present day that I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe this stuff is happening, man, during my lifetime. To me, I don't know about you, but if you're a Christian, for sure, it's gotta be eye-opening, man. You gotta let you know that we're living in the last days. At least it appears that we're living in the last days. Can't really imagine it getting too much worse, man. Can't be too long for the Savior pops out the sky. Uh, However you want to call it. I mean, rapture, no rapture. That's another conversation in itself. But one thing out of the other, one way out of the other. Uh, Antichrist is probably on the scene, will be on the scene real soon, real soon. So anyway, let's go back to the topic of the conversation, man. We're talking Big Brother. Um, as a book by George Orwell. If you have never read it, I encourage you to read it. Get the audio book, just listen to it. Listen to it while you're going for a jog, while you're going for a run. Pretty scary. It was a good book, good read, good listen. Uh, I guess the thing that really trips you out, man, is in that book. They talk about how the government is going to take over, and the individuals. Everything is basically community based. There's no real place for individual thought. No talking against the government, or you go to these concentration camps where people just mysteriously disappear and all this other type of stuff. Um, you know, uh, they started erasing books, burning all the books, man, and you know, uh, there's no real physical evidence of anything anymore. And then you got the eye in the sky, which is what they call Big Brother. So as you know, like I know, we got the satellites and the cameras that are everywhere. And also in the book, they talk about thought crime. I think was one of the things also. Trying to remember. It's been a while since I listened to it, and I might be mixing Thought Crime from 1984 with a Minority Report, where they did the pre-crime. And the pre-crime was they would put you in jail if you had a thought of doing a crime. So even before you did the crime, uh, they would put you in jail for thinking about doing the crime, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah, they have thought crime also. And it's just real freaky, man, when you got this book. It's almost like all of the stuff that was wrote in this book from way back when. Um, it's like somebody's sitting back and trying to bring all this stuff into fruition. You had the eye in the sky in a book, and now we got cameras everywhere. We got the surveillance drones, and we got drones that are actually, have the ability to drop bombs and fire on people, man. And that's just kind of crazy, and it's insane. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but Obama, our President Obama, he just signed into order basically the right for them to fire on American citizens. Now, they always argue that, oh man, it's only for the terrorists, and it's only for, the citizens, or not the citizens, but the enemies of, the government, the enemies of the state and whatnot, man. But hey, that's pretty scary, bruh. I don't know if y'all actually pay attention to the ramifications of what that means, but you know, that's man, you gotta open your eyes, man. You gotta see what's going on. You know, um, I'll try to post the links in my description as well. I've been looking at a lot of these robots and drones that they're starting to create. There was one. It almost looked like a pit bull or something. It looked like a big dog, man, and the thing was able to walk. It was able to walk on ice and able to walk, and run faster than a human or as fast as a human. And there was one scene, man, the guy kicked it. He actually tried to push it down, and you could see just like a dog, man, it slid and regained his balance and kept on walking. And it's just freaky, man. It's freaky as hell, the things that are being created and exactly where we're going. Not even as a nation, but a civilization at this moment. The technology is just wow. It's just incredible. I think about the Tower of Babel and that whole story, and if God shook everything up because the people were as one, working toward that goal. Well, hell, imagine where we're at now. I mean, it seems as though there's nothing that's really impossible. You know, with YouTube, as you're watching me, you could be watching me all across the world right now, and you know, we can basically communicate in this world instantly via Skype and whatnot. You know, there's translators and all these other type of things, man, that are just, you know, there's really no limits to what we can do as a society. At least that's how it seems. With that being said, you know, I think about the drones and whatnot that I was listening to Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. He was filling in for Alex Jones, and dude was talking about like drones the size of like mosquitoes and whatnot, man. And, you know, you read the book of Revelation, and you know, initially, I remember they used to say that, oh, you know, John, he painted these images because there were no words to put into context what he was actually looking at. However, more and more, as more of these drones and more of these hybrid beings are being created, it might actually be that he described exactly what he was looking at, because that's what they're creating. You know, I always said, man, it's almost like you got people who are looking at prophecy and they say, okay, we got to do this, so let's go do this. You know, we got to create this, so we're going to go create that. This has to happen, so let's go make that happen. You know, it's like they're looking at it as a playbook and then just trying to act it out. So, you know, it's a crazy day that we're living in, man. Just my thoughts on the situation real quick. Won't really keep you too long. I just figured I'd throw that out there for a second, man. Um, Big Brother, 1984, the drones. Another thing you should look into, if you ain't never heard of it, is HARP. HARP is some really incredible technology that's been produced, and is currently housed in Alaska. And that's the little introduction that I'll give on HARP. I hope you'll check out some videos on the side. I'm sure you'll be able to see all that you want to see and learn all that you want to learn about it. But if not, I'll come back another time, sometime down the road, and do a talk on HARP. Just to give it a preface it. It was basically based on the technology of Nikola Tesla. If you don't know about Tesla, Tesla was the physician, well, I guess that would be physicist, rather, a physicist, man. This dude was incredible, awesome, and you know, he was just ahead of his time. The stuff he created, you know, you think about Bill Gates, well, hey, Tesla was the Bill Gates of that time. I mean, even maybe greater, but that's the nerd in me coming out, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up real quick before I get too much more nerdy. And y'all be good. Thanks for watching, man. Holla.